Hey, what's good, YouTube subscribers? How y'all doing tonight? It's your boy MG5 back again with another sports video, and we got another collaboration with TG. What's good, TG?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Excited to collab with you, man, on this other one, man. Hey, you guys, man, like, subscribe, comment, and share. Ain't no way but the TG Sports 7 Media way. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Back again with my brother, man, and yeah, man. Hey, this March Madness. Hey, we all know March Madness coming up, man. We gotta talk about men's college basketball, and it's gonna be lit, man. It's gonna be lit. And a matter of fact, man, looking at the top 25 rankings, the teams that you mentioned, brother, in our last video, man, I see them up there, man. Arizona at number 4. You know what I'm saying? I see them up there, man.
You see it, man. Yeah, man, I definitely called that, man. I called, top two teams that I called, that were in the lower bracket early on was going to be Arizona and Marquette, man. They definitely came through. Looks like Arizona moved up to the top spot, and their top spot being at number 4. Marquette's kind of sliding down there, man. They slid down about 3 spots, man. They're at number 7, but it is good to see those teams that I kind of felt were dark horses early on kind of be in there, as well as Washington State, man. And they moved up 5 spots, and they're at number 21. So Pac-12 is strong, man. They got some teams in there, man. And Marquette coming out of a tough division, man. I think they have damn, who's the top team that they have in there, man? They play got UConn. They're in a division with UConn, is that right?
Yeah, I believe so. Marquette, man. Hey, they got if things were to stand today, they would have the 2nd seed, man. So the top 4 first seeds that we would have, man, would be UConn, Houston, Purdue, and Arizona. And yeah, man, Marquette, they'll definitely be a 2nd seed, and they will be a threat in the tournament. Yeah, man. Hey, we got some great basketball. I truly can't wait, bro.
Yeah. Hey, man, like I said, man, it was cool to see Marquette. Like I said, they're number 7 in the nation and the top 25. But you're telling me, and what I'm seeing, like, Marquette's number 2, man, in the tournament, man. That's phenomenal, man. Great job, Marquette. Great job this year, man. So let's break down Marquette a little bit. They got a couple guys out there kind of balling, man. Cam Jones, man, played 26 games. He's pretty much staying in the game the entire time, and he's averaging 26.7 points per game. And right now he's leading the team, 412 points scored, man. This guy's got a 4.05 3-point percentage, man. This guy's killing, man. And then they got another guy, Tyler Cloak, man. He's scored about 407 points, averaging 32.9 points per game, playing about 27 per minute, man. So their core guys, man, are balling. They all got they're all scoring in triple digits as far as their average. They're all playing about 27 to 23 minutes, 7 minutes per game. And they're playing together, man. They got a team synergy going on, and that, for me, that's why I felt that they crept up to number 2, and no longer a dark horse team, man.
Yes, sir, man. And just looking at the Big East Conference, they are in the same conference with UConn. They got Seton Hall, Creighton, and Villanova, so they got great competition in that conference. So they're gonna be poised and ready, man, for a big run in the tournament. And
This is big.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I can't wait, man. Just looking at potentially what the bracket can be. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some great matchups, and Marquette as one of your dark horses. For me, I got St. Mary's, man, as one of mine, bro. Just looking at how they've been playing ball. They're ranked 18 right now throughout the top 25, and I believe they'll probably be like a 6 seed. I honestly think they should be better than that, but they're on a 15-game win streak, bro. 14-3 at home, 8-0 on the road, and they're 23-6. I think we're gonna have to look out for St. Mary's, man. They balling right now, bro. They balling right now.
Yeah, that's tough, man. I see St. Mary's, man, doing their thing, man. You know, they got a tough the first bracket they're in. You know, they shouldn't have problem getting out of that. They got Indiana State, Alabama, and High Point. And like I said, they shouldn't have a hard time getting out of that bracket. On let's see, you know, Marquette's coming out, and you know, if they're able to advance, Marquette would be probably the next team that they'll face.
Hey,
So that'd be a tough one. And if not, you got Daytona that's coming out of Salt Lake, and then you obviously got Purdue. So honestly, man, this left side of the bracket, man, it's a tough one, man. You got Arizona, who looks like they could possibly get through. They got to probably face Texas. That's going to be a tough one. Let's see who else is coming out of there. You got BYU, Kansas. Kansas is coming out of that left side.
Kansas.
So, man, this just alone on this side of the bracket, man. This side of the bracket is a tough bracket. It's a tough bracket, man. You know what I mean? And not even talking about these other teams that are sitting up on the top, you know. So you still got Gonzaga that's in there. They're always a good team when they get to the tournament. You know, in Providence, they always give teams a run for their money, man. So this, like I said, this is going to be a tough one, man. So on the west side, the western side of the bracket, you know, it's a tough one, man. But let's talk about the eastern side of the bracket.
It's looking
man.
real. Hey,
you got UConn, man, sitting at number one.
Hey, man. Before we talk about the east and the south side of the bracket, hey, we could potentially see two of your teams face off, bro. In the Midwest bracket, Marquette versus Washington State, man. Like that could happen.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. And I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna have to give it to Marquette. I'm gonna have to give it to Marquette on that. Don't get me wrong. Washington State's a good team. Marquette just seems to they're coming out of a tough conference, man. They deal with tough teams, man. Every night, and then to come into this tournament, I said on the left side of this bracket, man, they have an opportunity to kind of face off with Kansas. So that's what I'm looking forward to, this seeing my team against your team, man.
Hey, I got one more question for you before we talk about the east and the south side of the bracket, man. Do you think Marquette can beat Purdue?
As of right now, that's a tough one, man. You know, I'm gonna be biased and say yes. You know what I mean? But being just, I'm not sure if they have enough. I'm not sure if they have enough inside game to kind of keep up with Purdue. But the question is. Will Kansas get past Arizona?
Yeah, that's in the west side of the bracket. You know what, man? Kansas and Arizona, that's going to be a great game. You know what I'm saying? I think just looking at how both teams been playing, I do think Arizona's playing better right now. But I just think the experience and the coaching is on Kansas' side. So that's going to be a big pressure ball game right there. It's going to be pressure for both teams. I think Kansas will probably handle that pressure a little bit better. I think they can beat Arizona, but Arizona's looking very talented, bro. I'm not going to lie. I watched a couple of their games, and they're looking real, man. They got enough to win it all, to be real.
And I'm not gonna disagree with you, man. Kansas looks solid, and if they can get past Arizona, if they can get past, you know, I'm honestly hoping one of these other teams gives Purdue a run for their money. I'm not sure how things are going to pan out, but even if St. Mary's, there's an opportunity, there's a chance that St. Mary's can knock Purdue out.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? This will change the entire entire thing. So this will change the entire thing. And so if St. Mary's knocks Purdue and they have enough steam coming into the game with Marquette, how is that game going to look? That's a big question, right? So question for you guys in the comments, man. Definitely leave a comment at this particular here's a question for you. If St. Mary's happens to knock out Purdue, how will this thing look if they have enough steam coming into the game against Marquette, right? And so I'm just throwing some ifs in there. There's always a room for ifs, right?
Yeah.
And Kansas happens to face Arizona.
That's going to be a great game, man.
So, right. So you got to understand where I'm getting at is this changes everything, man. And for these teams to get to this point, you got to understand the type of stamina, energy, injuries, different things their team is going to go through, ups and downs. This tournament brings out the best in some teams and the worst in some teams. Some teams get to the tournament and fall apart, right? They look good in the regular season. They look good in the stretch to get to this tournament. But when they get to this tournament, the pressure of the crowd, the pressure of the tournament, it being televised, it being such a big thing, people tend to fold. So, like I said, Purdue kind of has their hands full, man, and St. Mary's
they do
has an opportunity to beat Purdue.
Hey.
And like I said, that will have Marquette and St. Mary's, and that will have Arizona and Kansas. Honestly, I'm not looking at any of these other teams in the rest of this bracket, man. Don't get me wrong, I'm not discrediting any of the other teams, but I gotta go. Kansas, the side they're on, Kansas is a dominant school, man. They have been for the last 20 years, 30 years, man. They've been their powerhouse, and this is what they do.
Hey,
this
man.
is what they have been doing. They come to this tournament every year, so I have to go with a team that has synergy, has the coaching, has the experience in this tournament, and they don't settle for anything less than getting to the Final Four. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the West. The West, man. The West is, man. The West.
Yeah, the bracket, the Midwest and the West is looking. It's gonna be fireworks for sure, man. And just to touch up on that, I do believe St. Mary's. I think they can beat anyone, man. If you're looking at who's playing the best basketball right now, it's probably them. They're on the 15-game win streak. They're 8-0 on the road. Like, they taking care of business. They just know how to win. But looking at the east side of the bracket, looking at the east and south, man, you asked something about UConn earlier. I think, honestly, just looking at that, I think the only teams that really have a chance of stopping UConn, Texas Tech maybe, Kentucky maybe, but I think really North Carolina. I think North Carolina can probably beat UConn if they play their best game, because UConn, man, the defending champs, hey, man, they still the best team in the country. They're rated number 1, and we're going to see if they can two-peat, man. We're going to see.
Right. So, looking at this, the eastern side and the south side of the conference, man, it's
it's not the same as the West, bro.
It's definitely not the same as the West, right? But UConn, UConn is going to have to face off with San Diego State, right? And there's an opportunity for some fatigueness to happen. That's
the rematch of that's the rematch of last year's national championship.
Right. So that's happening early on, and there's going to be a lot of intensity to this game. It's going to be personal in this game. So there's a slight chance, very slight chance, San Diego could be UConn. It being so personal, right? And I'd like to say that San Diego State's bringing the majority of those players back from last year's loss, man. A lot of them kids, they won it this year, right? So you have that kind of taking precedence on that side of the bracket. Now, I really don't see anything else. So, North Carolina kind of has it easy, in my opinion, right? They have North Carolina is going to face off with Kentucky, as from what I'm seeing right now. And Kentucky is also a team that can, if not beat UConn, they can slow UConn's momentum. Again, we're in a tournament. It's a different season. and this is a different intensity that you got to bring to this thing.
Yeah,
And
Kentucky.
UConn keeping up their win streak all year long. Who's to say that they're not coming into this tournament fatigue, right?
Yeah, man. And Kentucky's one of them schools that can definitely go on a run.
Right. And I don't mean to cut you off, man, but the only other team that I can see, Houston. We're not going to forget about Houston. So UConn's going to have to go through San Diego State. They're going to have to go through Kentucky and possibly have to go through Houston.
Yeah, man.
And I see Duke in there, but I haven't kept up on Duke to honestly kind of throw them in there. But they're a school that's always been in the tournament, and they always have a chance to win, and they're a powerhouse just as much as Kansas.
Yeah, I think Duke will have a good chance of making it to the Elite Eight. I don't really see no one over there that can. Well, Michigan State and maybe Tennessee, but I think Duke would probably. It'll probably be like Duke versus Houston, man. You know, I'm gonna throw some matchups at you, man. I'm gonna throw some matchups at you. Like this is probably gonna be like my potential Elite Eight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna throw some matchups at you, man. I wanna hear your thoughts on this. So, Purdue versus Marquette.
I'm going Marquette.
Okay. So, brother going Marquette. Let's just say, you know, if Marquette was to make it to the Elite Eight, but if not Marquette, what do you think about Purdue versus St. Mary's?
That's going to be one of the first matchups. So, I think Purdue's going to win, but I also believe St. Mary's has a chance.
Ooh, okay. Because, you know, hey, man, I'm going to be honest, man. I believe St. Mary's and Marquette, both of those teams can make it to the Elite Eight. And then we know a matchup that probably will happen. What about Arizona versus Kansas, man? We talked about that a little bit. What are your thoughts on Arizona versus Kansas?
You know my thoughts on Arizona versus Kansas, man. This is my sleeper team that I picked to kind of be here at this point. I felt that they'd be a sleeper team to get in the tournament. I didn't think they'd be this far along. Them being as young as they are, they got about 6 seniors that I'm seeing on this team. The rest of these guys are sophomores and freshmen. Them being as far as they are, man, they're balling. And I'm gonna go with Arizona on this, man. They got a lot of steam behind them. That's who I'm selecting. I know you're going with Kent. I know that you're going with Kent.
Oh yeah. And then a couple more fun matchups: UConn versus North Carolina, and then let's say Houston versus Duke.
Houston versus Duke. I'm going with Houston on that. However, slight possibility that Duke can give them a run for their money. Slight possibility. Again, they're known to be in this tournament on a consistent basis, and they have a lot to play for when it comes to their university's prestige. So, very possible. Now, who was that first matchup?
UConn versus North Carolina.
I'm gonna have to go UConn, man. North Carolina, as you can see here in this clip, man, they look good. Don't get me wrong; they're a good team. They're not as big, and they don't seem to have the same chemistry as UConn, man. And UConn's already kind of been a national champion, right? So I'm gonna have to go with UConn on that.
All right. So right here, man. Let's just say if this was the Final Four right here, man. Let me hear what you got, man. Let's say Marquette versus Arizona. Who you got?
Damn, you got me stumped here for a minute. Give me a second. might have to go. I might have to go Marquette just because they seem to be a lot bigger. They seem to be a lot bigger than Arizona. They have more experience.
Okay,
they seem to be a lot bigger, and that's what I'm gonna go with. What was the other one?
And then UConn versus Houston.
I'm going Houston, man. I'm going University of Houston. I'm looking for someone.
Hey, let's go, man. Let's go. I like that pick. Hey.
Now, if I had to select, now, just for fun, give me 4 teams that you would like to see in the Elite 8.
4 teams that I would like to see. Hey, man. I want to see St. Mary's in the Elite 8. That's one team right there that I would love to see in the Elite 8, bro. I think I want to see Houston get there too, because honestly, I'm gonna be real. I think Houston can go on a national championship run. I think Houston they can get there and probably win it all. And you already know Kansas. You already know Kansas, man. My Jayhawks. You know what I'm saying. And then one more team. You know, and another reason why I'm throwing St. Mary's out there, man, we gotta throw a Cali squad out there, man. But one more team, I would probably I'll probably go with Arizona.
That's a good school. It's a good school. It's a good selection, man. All right, who you got on the other side, man?
Look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's gonna be man. These are tough questions, bro.
I mean, the bracket. I mean, these are you have. See, that's the thing. When you have that personal connection, when you watch these teams all year long, and you have that connection with these players in the school and the games, the ups and the downs, man, it's hard to select a team. You know what I mean? It's hard to pinpoint one because they're all good, you know. In college basketball, it seems that these kids are starting to play. All of them are starting to play more of an elite level. At least the elite programs. You get what I'm saying? All of them can kind of go to the league, but the fact that they're choosing to stay in school, win a national championship, man, this is all good for the resume, but it's also good for the development. So us as a consumer and a fan, it's hard to make these selections, man.
Yeah.
So you have any other dark horse teams out there? Any other dark horse teams out there that you feel that can get at least to the Final Four? Teams that you haven't mentioned thus far.
To be real, man, I think Kentucky can possibly go on a run, but my number one dark horse team is St. Mary's, bro. You know, I really think they're one of the best teams in the country. And you know what, man? Maybe Baylor, bro. Maybe Baylor. No one's really talking about Baylor. Maybe they can go on a deep run and they could possibly beat Purdue. So I'd probably go St. Mary's, Kentucky, and Baylor. But you know, I'm gonna give you my Final Four prediction right here, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you my Final Four prediction, man. On the west side of the bracket, brother, I got St. Mary's versus Kansas in the Final Four. And then on the east and the south side of the bracket, I got UConn versus Houston, man. That's what I got for my Final Four.
Who's winning this national?
Oh, come on, man. You know. Hey, I'm gonna go. The first 2 picks that I said in our last video, I said Kansas. I'm going with Kansas, and my second pick was Houston. I'm still gonna rock with that, man. I got Kansas winning the national championship. If not Kansas, man, I got Houston, brother. I got Houston.
Got you. My 2 dark horses, I'm gonna roll with some Texas A&M, man. I think Texas A&M, man, if they can get through at least the first part of their bracket, man, we might be able to see them face off against Kentucky. Um, if not Kentucky, that's pretty much who I'd see Texas A&M. Yeah, I'd see them facing off with Kentucky if possible. My other dark horse team, you know who I don't see on here? Not at all. I don't see Oregon on here. Not at all. My
That's
other
crazy.
team is going to be Gonzaga, man. Gonzaga. I've been screaming Gonzaga since we started this. Gonzaga is going to be my other sleeper team, and I don't know how the hell they're going to get past Kansas. But, you know, Kansas happens to lose to Florida or Nebraska. Shit, they might even lose to Eastern Washington. You never know, man. Eastern Washington's not that bad.
Hey, you know who else is a sleeper team, bro? They kind of went on a run. Florida Atlantic, man. Florida Atlantic. They went on a run last year in the tournament. They might. They gonna have to play UConn most likely in the second round. But I don't know, man. They might be able to do something.
Got you. What's your thoughts on Villanova and Wake Forest? Before we get up out of here.
I think Wake Forest is a school that can make a big run, bro. I like Wake Forest. You know what I'm saying? It just really depends where they end up, what side of the bracket, because they end up on that west side, bro. That's the West or the Midwest, man. That's like the main side of the bracket, bro. That's where all the fireworks are gonna be. Like, I feel like the East, and not trying to disrespect the East or the South, but it's just like you just see these dominant schools, and then you know.
It's not the same. Kansas needs to be on the other side of that bracket. It is, man.
I think they trying to help UConn out a little bit. They trying to help UConn out.
They want to see the they're trying to set the UConn Kansas thing up, but you know, Kansas has to get through Arizona. They have to get through Marquette, and if anything, they have to get through Purdue. So that's how that goes for me, man. And I definitely appreciate this collab, brother. It's definitely a good one.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and comment, and you know, share the video, and hey, let us know who y'all got, man, going on a big run. Y'all dark horses, or who y'all seeing win the national championship. And I'm gonna throw this out there for y'all, man. Just a little, it's not gonna be my final pick, but I'm gonna just throw this out there, man. I got Kansas versus Houston in the national championship, man. Y'all hearing it from your boy MG5.
That's wild. Hey. Yeah, that's wild as hell, man. Hey, you guys have a good one. Like, subscribe, share. If you have any comments, man, definitely leave the comments in the comments box, man. We're definitely going to get back to you guys, proactive in that, man. And ain't no way but TG Sports Media 7-way. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Y'all stay up.